Yo, sorry about that, guys. Apologies. Not exactly sure what just happened. Okay, thank you, Woe Swan. I'll wait one more minute just to let everybody come back. Not sure what happened. The stream just went out. Okay, welcome back, guys. So you guys, yeah, we left off on Tesla. So I was just showing that, a lot of times you'll have this boring sideways price action while the weekly trigger is coming up to the monthly trigger. So you could see, like, again, there was a nice attempt here to get going, but nothing doing. A nice attempt here to get going, but nothing doing. And then once everything is in place, once the algo moves into place to take the stock much, much higher, and that is shown to us in the form of the weekly trigger crossing the monthly trigger, that is when you get these explosive moves higher. So, and then another example, you could see Wolf, again, tries to get going, nothing really doing. Tries to get going, nothing doing. Tries to get going, nothing doing. And you could see the weekly trigger climbing, climbing, climbing. The algos are getting ready to take the stock much, much higher. And finally, as soon as that bullish crossover occurs, stock goes vertical. 134% move to the upside within a couple of weeks. And you can see the strength now when the stock pulls back to the daily trigger, gets bought up right away. Pulls back again here to the daily trigger, gets bought back up right away. The point is that when the monthly is strong bullish and the weekly is strong bullish, which happens when the weekly trigger crosses above the monthly trigger, all dips to the daily trigger are expected to be bought. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because of what we have here with GME. So let's look at GameStop here. Now, GameStop got the bullish crossover and started to, get a little crazy this week. And at the same time of the bullish crossover, we had, stories of institutions buying tons of shares now for the first time in a while. What else went down this week? Oh, yeah. This went down. This is the GME mascot. It went from, market cap of 400,000 last night to 69 million. So obviously a little bit of weirdness happening in GME, all coming right after this bullish crossover. Sam, I'll get to that towards the end of the stream. I just want to hammer this point home right here. So when I'm looking at the chart right now, again, I just showed you guys with Wolf, dips down to the daily trigger. Once the weekly trigger crosses above the monthly trigger, are extremely likely to be bought. And so with GME here right now, to me, there's only two options left. Either price is just going to start exploding Monday and never look back, and the meltup will begin. I personally don't think that's the most likely scenario, but that is a scenario. The other scenario is this. We get one last shakeout to the daily trigger before the meltup begins. And this would fit in line very well, actually, with previous meltups. And to demonstrate that, I will show you guys something here. Give me a second. All right, so check this out. So let's look at the past two meltups with GameStop and AMC and see if there's any similarities in the trading in the price action. And you can kind of see that there's very strong similarities. So this was AMC right before it launched 700% to the upside. And this was GameStop right before it launched 3,000% to the upside. And if you look, you'll notice that there was a big pump followed by a retest of the daily trigger, and then the meltup began. Here with AMC, there was a big pump, a retest. It didn't even get to the daily trigger, but 3-4 days of downside, and then the big pump. And here comes GME. We already got that big pump. And again, bullish trigger cross, pump, pull back to the daily trigger, melt up. Here, it wasn't so clean with the bullish trigger cross. It happened a bit after, but here came the big pop, and then a couple of days of pullback, and then the melt up. And I think that's where we are right now with GME. So here's the big pump with the bullish weekly trigger, monthly trigger crossover. And I think, just based on looking at past melt ups and trying to find similar patterns, it seems to me that it is very possible that we can see a pullback to the daily trigger or so. It could stop earlier and it could even not pull back at all. And then the melt up. So, I'm just following past melt ups to get a good idea of what we can expect from price action. And that's what it looks like to me. I mean, it happened in both of these. Same exact thing. Pop, pop, pullback, pullback, melt up, melt up. Here's the pop. All right. So my main point is right now, if I'm a trader and I'm looking at this setup and I'm like, okay, like how do I want to structure this? I do believe that a pullback to the daily trigger could be a once in a lifetime opportunity to load up on cheaper options right before the melt up begins. Now, I do want to say that there's one possibility that, it might take a little bit longer, not too much longer, still happen in December. But, and this is purely, this is kind of analytical in a sense, but doesn't have to bear any weight. Because if you look from halving till the melt up, it was just about 247 days. And then here's your first ginormous candle. All right, 236 days, let's call it. Let's move it over one. All right, 247 days from halving until the start of the melt up. So coming back to Herald GME, I just want to say that it is a possibility that we get something in the same range. 247 days would put us right over here just about. So Friday, December 20th. So, that to me is like an absolute worst case scenario. I can see it happening that, there's some upside here. Now, again, it wouldn't mean that it would just be downside until then. Probably start storming up in a similar pattern like we did here. So you can see like a jump in price and then a pullback, and then a jump in price and then a pullback, and then the melt up. So I can see the same thing happening here, like a pullback and then a bigger jump and then one more pullback, and then when we get to like December 20th, the melt up. But did I get disconnected again? Are you guys with me? Am I connected? Oh, okay. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Here are my options from here. I'll draw it out for you guys. All right. So, all right. One is we start the melt up. We'll do orange for that. Two, we dip down to the daily trigger and start the melt up. And we'll do yellow for that. Three, we dip down to the daily trigger. We get another pop. We pull back again. And then we start the melt up. We'll do green for that. These are the three options that I see. All of them have the melt up starting before January. So like within the next month. Now again, like, yeah, I mean, Wazir Zaman just made a good point. Like, it's been 84 years. If you can't wait another couple of weeks for the greatest melt up of your lifetime, then that's on you. I'm patient. I know a lot of you guys are patient, so I wouldn't be too stressed unless you bought some shorter dated options. But if you did, I'm sure you had a plan for that. That had nothing to do with me, so I'm sure you'll be able to manage that as well. This is the way I see it. Either melt up, go right ahead, pull back to the daily trigger and melt up, or pull back to the daily trigger, another big move, one more pullback, and then the melt up. How explosive would melt up be? My favorite question. So I think we're going to get something kind of like in between the AMC melt up of June 2021 and the GameStop melt up of January 2021. So being very real, you're saying it already started, now you're saying it'll start on X date. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying these are what I think is coming. I actually tweeted very clearly that this is obviously not the melt up yet, because if it's the melt up, things would be much stronger and more powerful than this. Like, when it's the melt up, you'll know it's the melt up. I'll tweet it's the melt up. Definitely not melt up price action, this upside. You're going to have to see like 10, 20% moves and after hours and pre-market, you're gonna have to see 100 million volume days. Like that's Meltup. But if you're frustrated, with the analysis, you don't have to watch it or listen to it. That's another option. You could hit the unfollow button. You can close out the stream. I've been very, very clear throughout this entire saga. Now that we got the bullish weekly trigger crossover, weekly trigger, monthly trigger crossover, I've showed these examples countless of times. Countless of times. I showed this one probably 15, 20 times. Did the Meltup occur immediately after the crossover? No, there was a big upside move and then a pullback and then explosion. Same thing with AMC. I showed it 100 times that there was a pullback first and then an explosion. So if you can't sit through a pullback, man, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, targets for this run, I'm going to think that 130 is like an idealistic price target for me. I want to see new all-time highs, obviously. So I do believe we get a little bit above new all-time highs. And then the way I think once it breaks new all-time highs, like that's when maximum amount of FOMO will kick in. And that's why I think there's going to be a big pullback from these levels. So like I think once you break all-time high, that's why I keep saying 130. I think there's going to be a big dip from there because everybody thinks, okay, we broke all-time high, now send it. I think there's actually going to be a dip first and then a new high. And I don't know where that new high is going to be, but I do think this Meltup in about 2-3 weeks, once it starts, whether it starts tomorrow, whether we dip down to the daily trigger first, yada, 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 once the Meltup starts, I think within 2-3 weeks, price will be at 130. I think the whole thing will take 2-3 weeks. You think 1,000 number is a serious? You think 1,000 is a serious number for Jimmy? Man, I don't know. I don't really like take that into consideration. I'm trying to make money here. I also like to dream, but I definitely need a price target where I would start selling my calls. And for me, 130 is more than life-changing money for me. I wouldn't sell my shares, but I just sell my calls. So we'll see. Meow. Yeah, I do believe. Okay, so let's talk about Ethereum Classic and let's talk about a catalyst or a narrative because I also think that's very important. So with ETC, this has generally been a pretty good precursor indicator for GameStop and AMC, to be honest. So if you look at it, until here, nothing really happened. But after, I'm talking about after January. So you have this massive Meltup in Ethereum Classic. And I think this was more correlated to AMC because you'll see AMC here is the one that really did the big move back in June. So Ethereum Classic had this insane Meltup, and then AMC had its 700% move, and GME moved 100%. But then after that, you can see for this GME move, what moved first? Ethereum Classic made a really big rally, and then GameStop rallied. Here, Ethereum Classic made a big rally, and then GameStop rallied. Ethereum Classic made a big rally, and then GameStop rallied. Same thing here, big rally, right after, GME makes a rally. And even back here, you could see, well before the May squeeze started, and this is why, a lot of us knew that something was coming, is because Ethereum Classic made an insane move from the lows to the highs. And then, what was it, about 3 weeks from the peak? 2 months from when, well, actually, I guess the run started here. So about 55 days, about 50 days once Ethereum Classic peaked, came the GME Meltup. And now, look what we're seeing on the bottom here. Ethereum Classic just made a huge move. All right, and Ethereum Classic actually looks like it's going much higher. Jacob, I appreciate the question, but I'm not really going to talk about specific options. Ethereum Classic looks like it's going much higher. It just broke above the monthly trigger here. It's got to get some bullish crossovers here, so we want to see the daily trigger move above the weekly trigger, and then we want to see the daily trigger move above the monthly trigger. But this definitely looks like only the very beginning of the move. So when I put GameStop on top of this, and this is the argument for saying no pullback. Whoops. I'm not sure why it's doing that. I think GameStop right over here is here. And I think this move is coming this week for GameStop. So I know I just gave a whole bunch of pullback talk, but if you want me to be full bullish right now, there's definitely good reason to be full bullish, and that's the fact that Ethereum Classic just made this move. So actually, let's flip it back. Let's do it this way. It'll be much easier to see. All right, check this out. Do you see a scenario where the Meltup is stopped prematurely? No, I think everything's already set in motion, and I don't think there's going to be any stopping this. That's my honest thoughts here. Okay, so now this isn't, you know what? I'll do this. I think this is going to be the best way to illustrate what I'm looking at right here. And I want you guys to tell me if you agree with this, all right? So this is what I think is actually happening. I think that this move that GameStop just did right here is this move from Ethereum Classic. It even looks exactly the same. It even looks exactly the same. Ethereum Classic, here, watch this. I'll do something even better. Let me get these squiggly lines out of the way. I want to really, really break this down. Let's do bar pattern. Okay. Now, this is what I actually think. I don't think any pullbacks. I think this is what just happened. I think this portion of the Ethereum Classic move, let's just remove the triggers, make things easier to see. This portion of the Ethereum Classic move, I think GME already followed it. And then we see a little bit of a pullback, and I think GME started. Sorry, guys. It keeps disconnecting on me. Are we back? We're back. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely hijacking the stream right now, guys. I've never had any issues like this before, so I apologize to everybody. Okay, so again, let's just take a look at this. Ethereum Classic moves before GameStop. I think this Ethereum Classic move preceded this GameStop move. And then I think we're going to have a little bit of chop, unless Friday was already it. Unless Friday was already it. But if not, I can see a little bit of chop, and then we're going to hit 30 this week. All right, you know what? Screw all the pullback to the daily trigger talk. Let's get rid of that talk. I'm turning full bull right here. I take it back, guys. I don't think we're going to pull back to the daily trigger. I don't think all the way to the daily trigger. I think like this. So at max, maybe a dip to like 25-ish. But guys, if you get this dip and you're a trader and you know how to trade options, oh my goodness, do not squander this opportunity. Yo, they are really coming after the stream. What is happening? My Wi-Fi shows full strength. Okay, so yeah, I take it back, everyone. Before I was calling for a dip all the way to daily trigger. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we get something like this. I think this is an extremely viable dip, and I think we hit 30 this week. This is what I think. I think GME hits 30 this week, above 30 this week. I think we break 30 this week, and then probably going to get this kind of a pullback. So just watch out, you know. And yeah, this looks good. Maybe 33 we'll call it, and then a pullback to turn 30 into support, and then the Meltup begins. Okay, all right, guys. I think this is it. And by the way, you know, feel free to watch Ethereum Classic. If Ethereum Classic just tanks, if it just dies, I'm wrong. But if Ethereum Classic bottoms out here and then starts ripping again, it's just going to follow the same pattern like you see it's already doing here. So, all right. I'm going to summarize everything in 30 seconds or less, and then we'll take questions. And I also want to talk about some Solana coins, but let me summarize the whole stream for anybody that joined late. This is what I am forecasting going forward. In the AMC Meltup of June 2021, in the GameStop Meltup of January 2021, there was a big pump followed by a pullback, and then the Meltup began. I think currently, GameStop already had that first big pump, is going to undergo this type of a pullback. Anywhere even close to the daily trigger is the strongest buy possible. And then I believe this thing is just going to explode. All right. So if you see red this week, two hands 2 hands. I'm going to be buying this dip with 2 hands, 2 fists, all in on this dip. If we get it this week, it might even just be sideways and then go. Then at some point, all right, so you know what? Maybe it'll be next week, but whatever. Like, let me see. I don't know how many days this is, but it'll probably even be quicker because crypto trades over the weekend. So we can probably condense this move. This looks much more accurate to me. So maybe end of week, maybe beginning of next week, maybe early this week. This is the kind of price action I'm looking for. And then once we hit like 33 or whatever and pull back, whatever Ethereum Classic does next is what GME will do next as well. So things are looking better than ever. The GME Meltup is underway. It hasn't gotten melty yet, but it's underway, clearly. All the signs are coming to life. Like, I spoke about many things for the Meltup. I spoke about bullish weekly trigger, monthly trigger crossover. I spoke that it's going to happen when Bitcoin breaks out to all-time high, which happened. I was calling that from mid-November, months ago. I said, watch Ethereum Classic. Once it makes a big move, GME is probably going to follow. That's Ethereum Classic just made its big move this weekend. And you know, everything to me looks like this is already underway. So I think things are really getting going here, and I think we're really about to move into the most exciting periods of our lives as GME holders. Now, for those of you that don't like trading options, again, like, people think I'm like pumping these coins as if my tweets can pump $50 million market caps, but I'm not pumping anything, guys. I'm not a pumper. You guys have known me for years. I'm not a pumper. I don't pump things. But what I will say is that just because I'm a GME bull, you know, GME has been one of my only share positions over the past 4 years. I've held it throughout the entire way. Traded it a little bit. Did a little bit of trading when things were obviously bearish. You know, I did a little bit of trading, tried to trim some shares to buy them back lower. Yeah, sure. But I held most of my bag the whole way. Even when I knew it was going down. Because I'm for the culture and I believe in the movement, and I always have and I always will, even though unfortunately it's probably coming to an end here. In a good way. In a good way, it's coming to an end. But yeah, I mean, this looks to be wrapping up just about now. We're about to win, is what I think. My point is that there are other ways to make money in the market than just holding GME shares. There's opportunity, and when there's opportunity, you take the opportunity if you like making money. If you like complaining, then you don't. Then of course this is not for you. But as someone that likes making money, and I'm sure there's a lot of you guys in the chat as well, I saw an opportunity and I took it. So, you know, if you're mad about this, I have no idea what to tell you. This GME coin has been around for, I think, since May. Okay, so it's been around May, June, July, August, September, October, November. It bottomed in August and has been on a pretty steady uptrend ever since then. And I saw price breaking through the weekly trigger, and I called, that if there's any pullbacks to the weekly trigger, I want to take this trade. In fact, I actually went long on this bullish crossover because the way it works in Solana is that whatever's popular, whatever people are talking about, whatever people are discussing does well, goes up. And if GME is going to melt up, and if GME is going to be on the front page of every newspaper, and everybody that you know is going to be talking about GME, then of course the GameStop coin on Solana is going to pump. It's a simple, common sense thesis. People are reading so much into this, like I'm pumping the coin. Guys, you can't pump a 50 million market cap coin. Either way, I saw this bullish hourly trigger, daily trigger crossover, and my thesis has been that the GME Meltup is coming, and I knew we were only getting closer and closer because the weekly trigger kept inching closer and closer to the monthly trigger. And so I saw this bullish crossover, I bought the coin, and now I'm up 112% on it. Like, if you don't like that, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I don't see how I did anything wrong here. A lot of people in the Discord bought the coin here and are up over 100%. Like, what's a scam about making money? This coin isn't going anywhere. It's not going to zero. There's 50,000 holders. It's pretty evenly distributed. Like, I did my research onto the coin. I mean, bro, you're going to tell me that Mu Ding can go to 60 million or if it's more, if it's 300 million at that point. This is a picture of a hippo, And you're not going to get mad at people, pushing this shit, which is literally a picture of a hippo, or with, which is a dog with a hat. People are buying this. I have a Solana, I have a WIF leverage long open at 190 right now. It's a dog with a hat. So why can't I buy a coin with the GameStop logo on it? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the pushback. Like, if someone can please explain it to me. Like, what part of this is a scam? I'm trading Solana coins, okay? I'm trading Solana coins. I'm trying to buy coins that I think will go up. I think GME is going to melt up, so I'm buying GME-related coins. So this one already pumped a lot, okay? So maybe this isn't the best buy right now. There's some other coins that I've also been accumulating over the past couple of days because, again, I think GME is about to be on the front page of every single newspaper, every single TV show. I think everybody's going to be talking about GME soon. So I'm making a bet on my own gut, which is telling me that GameStop will probably be a very popular thing soon. And whatever's popular in the world does well on Solana. So I'm taking an educated gamble, a calculated risk, and I'm buying some GME coins that I think can do well. I mean, guys, do you hate money? This is a GME mascot, and it went from $400,000 to $77 million overnight. $78 million overnight in not even 24 hours. Not even 24 hours. It's up 290,000%. There are people in the Discord that caught this at 400K. The guy that called it is actually watching the stream right now. People made life-changing money on this move. So a couple of coins that I bought, and again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not trying to give financial advice at all. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm talking about bets that I personally took. So this is Gil, also pumped a bit. So, you might want to wait for a pullback if you plan on entering, but I'm not recommending it. This is Gil. It's basically like a play on Keith Gill. And it's like Bowden, like the Bowden meme. I don't know if you guys remember. Bowden went to $1 billion. $1 billion. So if Roaring Kitty becomes, the most talked about person in the universe, then I think this has a chance to do well. That's all I'm doing. I'm looking around the market for bets. What is this on the chat? I don't think I ever got this before. Thank you for the $8.99, man. I think this is my first donation that I ever got in my life on YouTube. Not gonna lie. Either way, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys think it's a scam, don't buy it. Don't buy it. Block me, unfollow me, don't watch the streams. Like, I'm looking at the market as a whole, not just GameStop. Of course, I have GameStop shares. Of course, I have GameStop options. Of course, I'm invested in GameStop. I also have different trading money that I'm trying to make money with, more money. So, Solana's popping off right now. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's happening in the world, but like, Solana entered price discovery. Hello, this is an all-time high. Solana, wake up. It's right here, right off the all-time high. Like, meme coins are gonna go insane. Meme coins are gonna go berserk. Like, the next couple of months is gonna print many millionaires just from meme coins. Solana's probably headed to 1,000. Like, hello, there's opportunity everywhere, and that doesn't mean you need to sell GameStop. So yeah, another one I bought, and again, it's just silly. GME Cat, like, it's GameStop. Cats are very popular on Solana. So, oh my God, another donation. Wow, thank you guys. And this is I've been streaming on YouTube for like a year and a half. This is the first day I ever got a donation. And then here, like, this is another one, GME Cat. Stupid. I threw a couple $100 on it because at some point it was the last GME move. It went to 1.6 million, and now it's at 143,000. So like, if GameStop goes crazy again, I can make a 10x in 20 minutes. I'll take it. It's not like I'm putting a lot of money in these things. I'm throwing away pocket change. DFV, also stupidity. But if Roaring Kitty comes back, look what happened last time he came back. I'll just show you guys on the chart. This isn't any. This is just logic. It's not scamming or even trading. It's just making a bet on common sense. Like last time Roaring Kitty came back, this thing went to 5 million. It's sitting at 300,000 right now. That's 15x potential. And then like last one is HODL. Again, like I think it was this one. Yeah, this one. Just a common phrase with Keith Gill in it, and that's it. That's all. Like I'm not telling anyone to buy these coins. I'm not grifting these coins. I don't gain anything from that. I'm just explaining that like to win in the meme coin universe, you just have to understand what's about to become talked about, what's about to become popular, and if you get like cheap entries and you throw a couple of bucks at it, and then it does 15x in a day, you know, you make some good change. It's just a gamble. It's just a bet. Okay. Either way, what's up, everybody? That was a lot of yapping from me. So if you guys have questions, we'll take them now until there are no questions left. I'm not in a rush. So whatever you guys want to talk about, just hit me one at a time. Except from the technical analysis, what fundamentals will motivate GameStop to moon? Great question. I think Ryan's cooking something. I'm not on the management team, but I know that if the triggers have aligned the way they're doing, something's coming. And I don't know what's coming, but I'm pretty sure, you know, GameStop's got something cooking. Other stocks I'd rather not, because that's like more something that I do in the Discord. Like people in Discord asking me to analyze stocks. Like I want to save that for them, if that makes sense. Trying to read all these. Sorry, guys. Yeah, FTX. The whole. Oh my God, guys, this GME's coin has nothing to do with FTX. Like, these are you guys. Some people fell too deep in the tin. I'm telling you. Some people just fell too deep in the tinfoil. Do I think the market crash will affect this Meltup? I think Meltup and then market crash. All right, Meltup and then market crash. I think the market crash will come after GME melts up. I think that'll be the grand finale of the market before the market crash. That's the way I look at it. Of course, I could be totally wrong. All right, let's see. Is this run a swap, POI, shorts covering? I have no idea, man. I just look at this. The weekly trigger across the monthly trigger, time to melt up. That's it. To me, it's simple enough. AMC's the culture as well as Jamie. Yeah, I mean, I've just always been a GameStop guy. He probably held out for a Trump presidency. Yeah, pro and a go-go. I agree with that. I think that's a great point. I also think that's very possible. What happens after the new all-time high in GME? I think it's going to be all-time high, pullback, and then explode higher. That's the way I see it. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times in my life. But the way I see it, a 2 to 3 week melt up to 130-ish, pullback, and then the final high. I don't know where it goes. But after that, I think there'll be a big pullback, obviously. And then I think it's just going to be a bull trend for like maybe another bunch of years. Exactly what Tesla did here. So I think this is, by the way, guys, if you want to know how bullish I actually am, I think this is the melt up. This right here, I think this is the melt up. And then we get all of this. So here's the bullish weekly trigger, monthly trigger crossover. And then you can see the Tesla melt up. What am I doing? Here's the weekly trigger crossover, blah, blah, blah. 160% to the upside. And then a big pullback. So I think Jamie's like right here right now, about to melt up. But I think it's going to be much bigger than 160. I think it's going to be 500 to 700%. And then a big pullback. And I don't think it's going to be all the way back to the monthly trigger. Although you can see that beautiful bounce. I think it's more likely to be to the weekly trigger. And then start a 4 to 5 year very strong, very, very, very strong uptrend, maybe eventually leading to MOAS and everybody being rich. But yeah, this is what I think the GME meltup is going to be, followed by a pullback, and then just unrelenting upside for many, many years to come. Wow, another donation. Thank you, San Sina. I appreciate that a lot, actually. That's cool, you guys. Okay, wait. Let me just. I'm sorry if I missed some questions. I really do want to answer every single one of you. You think earnings will have a big impact? I personally don't think so. Why won't Ryan dilute? I just don't think he will. I think everything that's coming is just coming. Is that a fractal you pulled from somewhere? I'm not sure which fractal you're talking about. Are you still offering free 30 days on? Yeah. Really no. Really no. But yeah. Like I'll open it for like, hold on. I'm gonna open it for like 15 spots. Hold on. All right. Okay, I opened it for like 15 more spots. It's in the description. It's just memestockwatch.com, and the coupon is Meltup, all caps lock. Meltup in all capital letters. Do you think Ryan bought Bitcoin when he said YOLO? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Joey. I do think Ryan bought Bitcoin, and I do think there's going to be an announcement at some point. That I strongly do think. I have a contact like on Wall Street who told me at one point that Ryan did buy Bitcoin. He told me this a few months ago, and he said he thinks he's going to announce it on earnings, but we'll see. If they do, that is an excellent narrative for the Meltup. I would love to see that personally. If they cover or close all their positions, this could go into the thousands. I don't disagree with you. You're going to make me average up with this hype. I'll wait until it runs 500%, then I'm buying puts. That's an option. How much is the Discord? Our pricing is on the website. Why do you think there's a strong correlation between GME and Ethereum Classic? Why? I have no idea, but I trust my eyes. And when I see this, I know there's some kind of correlation. You know, just every single run, Ethereum Classic ran a little bit before. And look what it's doing right now. Look what it's doing right now. Look what it's doing right now. Super exciting. Are you worried GME ER will rug all options contracts? So there's ways to hedge for that. That's obviously something I'm going to have to do when we get there, but who knows? Maybe we'll have the Meltup into earnings. That would be very ideal. Why would he buy it at all-time highs? You want to know what's funny? What's funny about that comment is that I first posted about Bitcoin, about Ryan buying Bitcoin, like right here, like in this range. And someone made that same comment. He's like, why would Ryan buy it at all-time highs? And I'm like, because it's going higher. And now look, this is where my guy told me that the Meltup was coming. Hold on, you know what? Let me try to find this for you guys quickly. Give me a second. Let me see if I can see it. So far, no. But wait a second. You think, yeah, I mean, I really do think that Ryan Cohn bought Bitcoin. I really do think so. But again, it's just theory. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. Why can't I find it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Oh, no, I did not find it. My bad. Hold on. Dang. Why can't I find it? Okay, I'm gonna give up here. Okay, I'm gonna give up. I don't hate AMC. I'm just not gonna cover it. Anybody else have any questions that don't involve me looking at other stocks? You wouldn't sell shares at 130. I will not sell shares at 130. I would hope that I'm in enough profit in my options at that point that I don't need to sell my shares to make any money. I'll just, have the profit from my options and be happy with that. If GME dips on Monday, where do you think it'll dip to? So again, I showed this before. This is what I think is realistically coming. So the daily trigger is your best bet. If you can get some GameStop anywhere okay, so you guys see the shaded region? This is called trigger strength. Okay, look at Wolf. See where Wolf bounced at the trigger strength, and then huge upside rally, and you see where Wolf bounced here at the trigger strength. So because the weekly trigger is now above the monthly trigger, if you look to the right, you'll see monthly strong bullish, weekly strong bullish, daily strong bullish. Hourly is bearish because we lost the hourly at the end on Friday. But the point is that if you get a dip to the daily strength, in our system, it's a very strong buy signal. So whether there's a little bit of a pullback this week, which I can see, or whether there isn't, which I can also see, I do believe this move is coming regardless. I don't know when, but probably very soon, if I had to guess. I mean, you guys see how good this looks, right? This is from Ethereum Classic. Like, it's just showing you the way. So yeah, might have some choppy price action. This fractal looks like it goes all the way till next week, so a whole week of boringness. I do believe that it'll be probably like this, if I had to guess. Maybe even like this. Yeah, so probably start going like towards the end of this week. If Cohen used a significant amount of cash on hand to purchase BTC, GameStop would be required to file an 8K within 4 business days. Keep it real. Okay. I mean, if that's true, then he obviously did not buy Bitcoin. That's fine. Again, just a theory. Just a theory that I had, but no clue if it's right or not. Do you think available shares to borrow are a factor in predicting dips rips? I really don't think so. Yeah, say we have $30 calls for January. If GME goes to 130, surely the volume on those 30 Cs will be so low, it will be hard to sell those contracts. I mean, maybe you would exercise, or maybe you would, or maybe, a market maker would buy it from you. Yeah, by the way, I forgot about that. A sleeper. This is a crazy sleeper. It's like only a 10K market cap right now, so this might actually move the price. So definitely not telling anybody to buy this. But no, wait, is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. No, it's not it. Hold on. Maybe it is. There's a Reddit GameStop coin. I think that one also might go crazy, but it's very low market cap. It's only like 10K market cap. And no, it's not this one. It's definitely not this one. Is it this? No. Where is it? That's weird. Hold on. In the meantime, wait till RK tweets that's the trigger. The only thing with that is that you might be locked out. Like, for example, if that was your trigger and he tweets tonight and we wake up tomorrow at 40, like, what are you going to do then? That's my question. So I don't think like you need a Roaring Kitty tweet, to be honest. That's my opinion here. I don't really think you need it. Okay, I found it. It's this one. So this was at 2 million at one point. I think 2 million, maybe 200,000. Yeah, probably 200,000. Back to the all-time highs is a Yeah, 200,000 is a 20,000 is a 2,000% move. Now, of course, guys, this is a 10K market cap. There's only $10,000 in this coin, so pure gamble. But RGME is really like the thing that kicked off the entire GameStop movement. The first move from Wall Street bets to here. So again, I am not advocating to buy this. This is definitely very risky. It's a 9K. I threw maybe 30 bucks in here. Dead serious. Maybe 30 bucks. Just in case. If it goes 2,000%, that's 3K. I'll take that, you know? I will take that. But anyway, I feel like it could have like RGME, like it's historic almost. It's historic and one of the greatest movements of all time. Same, I'm hoping to sell my options between 130 and 160. Yeah, I mean, if I get 130, 160, guys, we're all gonna be set if any of us have options. So not too worried, you know, like that's pretty good for me. That's very good enough for me, 130. If there are gonna be some people that are gonna be so greedy, and they're gonna wait for like 500, and they're gonna be up $1 million on paper. They're gonna be up $500,000 on paper. They're gonna be up to $5 million on paper, and they're gonna lose it all, or they're gonna lose 50% of it, or they're gonna lose, 30, 50, 70% of it because of pure greed. Don't be greedy, guys. You make life-changing money on a once-in-4-year opportunity. Don't be greedy. Please, please, for the love of God, do not be greedy, man. Be greedy with shares. Take profits as calls. Simple as that. I love that. DOBTF. Exactly. Be greedy with your shares. But yeah, moving up stop losses be all right. So guys, you want to know my plan for the Meltup? Here's how I know when I got to exit. Because I've studied AMC and GME's Meltups extensively, and the BBBY Meltup extensively for a very long time. And so that is why I have a good plan on how I'm going to execute this. I've been holding for 4 years, and I'm not supposed to be greedy. Have you been holding options for 4 years, my friend? Or have you been holding shares? That's the difference. So yeah, once price loses the hourly trigger, I'd say that's probably going to be enough for me to get out. And then if you look at the same thing on AMC, god damn, what happened to this stock, man? Terrible. So another thing is once you lose that daily trigger, that's the end of the Meltup. So I think we're going to get something more like this. So losing the daily trigger, you can see that signified the end of the Meltup. For me, that's going to be my exit. If at any point we break below the daily trigger, that's it for me. So if we get this huge Meltup in the next couple of weeks and then some sideways price action, and everyone's like, oh, we're going higher, we're going lower, we're going higher, we're going lower. If I lose this, I'm out of my calls. I'm out of my calls, all right? Out of my calls, not my shares. Can I use this indicator? Well, it comes with the free trial to the Discord, along with many educational videos. You can use screenshots for the trigger, like on the trigger bot, if that's something that you're interested in. Okay, who else has got some questions? By the way, I just want to say, this is really fun conversing with you guys. I know there's a couple of you all that just hate me because the Meltup didn't happen months ago. You just hate my guts, and whatever, it is what it is. But it seems like a lot of you guys are following, appreciate it, have learned a little bit maybe even. So I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you guys giving me time of the day, especially on a Sunday. I really, I love GME holders, man. We've all been through the same shit over the past years. So I feel connected to all you guys. Real talk. Anybody else with some questions? Yeah, Vladimir off Putin. Maybe it will happen. Maybe it won't happen. I already bet that it will happen. And listen, we'll just, we'll take it day by day. Let's see how it goes. That's my attitude for it. Like, all right, let's just see how it goes. So, 1 second. Yeah, for those of you who are interested in the what's it called, in the free trial, then there's 11 more spots. It's on the description of the video. It's memestockwatch.com/pricing, or just memestockwatch.com, and then you use the code Meltup in all caps lock at checkout. And also those two guys that left tips, like, I appreciate you guys. My first time ever getting tips on YouTube. What percentage of your portfolio is tied up on the GME play? So I'm definitely all shares, and then my options. To be honest with you, like, I'm in other option plays as well. So I wouldn't say I'm all in on GME options, but I have a good position. And I'll tell you this, all right? If GME does get this week, I'll go all in. I'll do it even publicly if you want. If GME gets his pullback this week towards the daily trigger, and we get a little cool down in IV, and options get a little bit cheaper, oh my God, I will really go all in. Especially if my other options plays goes up in the meantime. So if, like, for example, I'm in Mara right now. If Mara explodes higher and GME dips, I will absolutely sell some Mara calls and buy more GameStop. I don't think Ryan's going to dilute Southpaw. I really don't. The triggers are available for all stocks, all crypto, all commodities, all indexes, everything. When will you sell your GME shares? At this moment in time, I don't think I will ever sell any of my GME shares. If anything, I'd sell covered calls on them. And over time, if 100 shares get called away, one every couple of months, I'll live with it. What's your plan with the cash after the meme run and then SPY crash? Oh yeah, oh my God, JSN. We literally have a plan for like the next I'm not going to exaggerate. So 1 to 2 years. But yeah, we have a real plan. After the GME Meltup, I think it's going to start the market crash, major recession, short everything, and then buy the generational bottom and be set forever. If I can pull it off over the next 2 years, maybe I'll get to retire young. Probably won't stop working because I love what I do. And the Discord is an awesome place to be at with many wonderful people, so I can never leave them. But it would be really incredible if we can hit the next 2 years in the macro. There is now 9 remaining spots. I guess 2 of you guys just took a free membership. Which option should people buy if they want it on this dip? I can't do that, man. I really can't. I don't want to get like too specific and whatever. Like, I just feel like it's dangerous. Oh, Southpaw had a good question. Can you share your thoughts on Henrik Zieber's GME forecast? Okay, you guys have to understand something about Henrik. And I'll pull him up here so you guys know what I'm talking about. Hold on. This guy is unbelievable. Like, he is one of the best macro forecasters in the game. He's called everything that's happened. When everybody was bearish at the bottom in October 2023, he was maximum bullish. Sorry, guys, I have a bit of a cough. When everybody was bullish, he was bearish. He nails every macro move. This guy is truly, truly, truly unbelievable, and I've learned a lot from him. And I've really learned a lot from him. Now, my point from all this, you guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. You must have started buying this. All right. Literally pocket change if you're going to do this. Pocket change. I mean, maybe it'll go to millions. Maybe. But don't be retarded, yeah? Don't put tons of money in a 12 market cap ticker. It could. Who knows? Either way, my point is, this guy who's been extremely accurate. Yeah, I'm just going to stop for 1 second. Hab, do you think we see 120, 130 before end of Jan? Yes, I do. Absolutely. I really do think we see it. I think it's going to start like any day now. and then the Meltup is going to take like 2-3 weeks. So yeah, either way, my point is, if you have a guy like this, serious guy, 164,000 followers, he's been on many podcast shows, stock shows, everything, and he's tweeting GME exactly what we've been showing for the past couple of months with nearly the same path and nearly the same targets. If that doesn't get you super bullish, because me, I'm a nobody, guys, you know? I'm really a nobody. I have 5-7 years of experience in the market. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I don't nail everything. And I personally gave my thesis on, GME. Now, if this guy, who's actually good, 20,000 times smarter than me, is doing the same thing right now, then that should get you extremely bullish. Now, where is the GME post? Yeah, that should get you extremely bullish. Because this guy's legit. And if he sees it, then, yeah, here. Oh, no, this is whiff. Here we go. If he sees it, it's probably legit. So 85, 205, 396. And he has a fib at 125. So I'd say our 130 target probably isn't crazy. And of course, the crazy target, 2,675. You never know. Anything is possible in the market. The general, if GME goes to 140, what will AMC go to in theory? I'm going to say 20 to 25. Looks like some more you guys took the free trial. There's still 8 spots. I found it, Timothy. You can see the RSI 60, the fireworks line. So, should we check up on that actually? Let's check up on that. I don't use RSI. Pretty sure he's on the weekly chart. Oh yeah. We passed the fireworks line, 62. So, his thing was 60 is the fireworks line. So yeah, I mean, probably gonna get going. And also, yeah, by the way, if this thing tops at 120 and no one took any profit because I said 130, oh my God. Guys, come on. Profit's on the way up. Don't be greedy. Don't be stupid. Don't be greedy. This is what I say to people, and this is how I try to think of it, all right? You're going to be left with a feeling after you sell. One, the feeling of, I sold too early. It's going much higher. I could have made so much more money. And two, damn, I should have sold much higher. Why did I get greedy and it came down so much? And I'm going to tell you guys a personal story right now, and we will end off with this. All right, personal story. Do you guys remember Wolf? You guys remember this? This is a $7 stock, and I gave my thesis on this stock when it was at $1.60. Right here. I wrote a post on Reddit. I started tweeting about it a lot, and I said this stock is going to go crazy. I bought 400 of the $3 call for August. This was my expiration right here, August 16th. I'll never forget it. Friday, yep, August 16th. This was my expiration right here. And this is the run that happened. Price went to 640. The options went 1,000% to the upside, 1,100%. Okay? We bought them for 0.20. You're able to sell them for $2 at the top. 1,000% move to the upside. And me, I sold half of them right here at the monthly trigger because I thought the monthly trigger would be resistance. And then I sold more over here, and then I sold more over here, and then I sold the rest over here, and then it kept going without me. And I was really sad. I was like, damn. Like, I could have made, I think I made 70K in the trade. Definitely one of my biggest wins ever. And it was, I sat through, not here, this is when I first went long. I sat through February, March, April, and May before I got my pump in the beginning of June. I sat through 4 months screaming about Wolf from the rooftops. No one would listen. And then it worked. And the options went 1,000%, and I made 70K, and I probably could have made 500K or 400K, whatever it was. And I was really bitter about it. And I'm like, what was I thinking? Why didn't I just wait? Why didn't I just wait? Why did I take profit so early? So what happens next? This was June. What happens next is that I went long after I sold Wolf, in that June rally. I went long Mara. I went long Mara September contracts. Okay, so here was the expiration. And Mara, we went long here, and in 3 days, Mara went from 1915 to 27. And my options were up 350%. And I'm like, this time I'm not selling 1,000%. Like with Wolf, I made such a mistake. I sold early. I'm never doing that again. I'm holding. We're getting 1,000% of these contracts. What happened? Woo! Completely tanked. And not only did I not make any profit, I actually went red into this trade and only closed it when we broke below the weekly trigger here. So I went through two different emotions, and let me tell you something. The first emotion, I wish I held on a little bit longer, like the stock's still going higher. I could have made a little bit more money, but I had made money. That was the first emotion. It was bittersweet. It was sweet because I made money. It was bitter because I could have made more. This wasn't bittersweet. This was anguish, depression, despair, grief, panic attacks, anxiety. This was the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. And my lesson to you guys, right before one of the biggest melt-ups of our lifetime, is don't be an idiot. Don't be greedy. If you get yourself involved in an options trade like this, you have to go through one of these two feelings. One, bittersweet. I sold early and it still went higher. Or two, I didn't sell on time. And I robbed myself of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity because I got greedy. And I wanted more, and I wanted more, and I wanted more. So have a plan. Be smart. Protect your capital. Move your stop losses up. You don't have to sell everything in one chunk. You could trim on the way up. You could slowly take profits at each big level. You could be smart about it. You could look up to more experienced options traders and ask them. There's so many great Discords out there. I'm not going to start naming all of them, but there's a lot of places that I'm sure will do great on this run. I mean, I don't know how great they're going to do. I can't advocate for them. I've never been in their Discord. I'm not trying to tell you to come to ours, but what I'm saying is, like, have a plan, whether it's on your own or whether following someone else's plan. Make sure to have a plan, because I'll tell you one thing, we are not going to squander this opportunity, and we learned from our lesson here. And another thing is that we have Gavin May, and Gavin May is one of the best Elliott Wave technicians that exists, and I'm pretty sure he's going to nail it. So I'm not even probably going to have to do anything, because I'm just going to sell when he says it's the top. But yeah, I know. And how bad does it suck when you don't sell on time and watch it go down to zero? A lot less bad than if you sell and it keeps going up. So have an exit strategy. If you're going to play options, be smart about it. Don't be stupid. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Would you recommend using Fibonacci tools for stop losses? Fibonacci tools are excellent. Also, the hourly trigger is excellent. Here, you know what? Fine, I'll show you guys a quick example here in Mara. So Mara just went up 70% from the bottom to the top. See that? 60%? 66% from bottom to top, okay? And, my options went up a ton. I was up Gavin's in our Discord. Literally went up, I think, 350%. And I sold some here. I didn't get greedy this time. I sold some here. But once price breaks below the hourly trigger, you guys see the total change in trend? Once it loses the hourly trigger here, bearish, 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 can't do anything, can't do anything, can't do anything. And then once it finally touches the daily strength, which is our support, this shaded region, you see that nice bounce, perfect bounce, perfect bounce. This is where our indicators give a buy signal once it gets into this shaded region. Now, once it gets back through the hourly trigger here, bullish again. So for me, it's like, if I'm in calls and price loses the hourly trigger, cut cut the calls, at least some. Then once price breaks back above the hourly trigger, buy them back for cheaper. Simple as. Or buy them back once we reach our buy signal, the daily strength. Okay, I'm doing too much yapping right now. There's still 6 spots left. If anyone wants a free trial, it is in the description. Otherwise, if there's no more questions, we can cut the stream now. My throat is itching so badly. By the way, do any of you guys Zin? One more thing I want to say. Does anybody Zin on the chat? Like nicotine pouches? Let me know, please. Let me know. I'm going to put you guys on to something right now. Nothing Jamie related. But does anybody Zin? How risky is it to buy puts when price goes down to the daily? Extremely, because once price goes down to the daily trigger, if the monthly and the weekly are strong bullish, you have like 90% odds of it bouncing. They make you feel like you're greening out. Brother, what milligram are you taking? 6? Go to 3. You tried, didn't like. Try a different flavor, try a different brand, and try a lower milligram. Thank you, Timothy. Thank you, Southpaw. I appreciate you guys. The snooze. What's the snooze? So nobody's Zins here? Nah, nicotine is great. Sorry, Timothy. Nicotine's great. All right, I guess nobody's Zins here. I was going to tell you guys the Zin coin is going to also probably explode. Good coin here. I bought this because think about it. Like when all the retail frat bros come into Solana, they're definitely going to buy this. Try Boof or the snooze. Okay, I'll try these guys. How long would Jamie have to go for the trade to be invalidated? The Jamie trade is invalidated only if it loses the weekly and the monthly triggers. So it would have to go below here to be invalidated. Just got here. What's up, James? Not much. We're just wrapping up here. I can't believe there's still almost 300 people watching me just yap. But I mean, I guess if they're enjoying it, I'm not gonna stop. 2 6s at a time. Big Fargo. That's my man. Cinnamon the best? No. So basically, I get my Zins from Sweden. And Sweden has the best flavors. Like the New York flavors suck. The US flavors suck. There's black cherry, lemon spritz, cucumber lime. Like the good flavors, go to snusdaddy.com and they got a really, really great Zins there. No, Coolman Zin is not my fave anymore, Jimora. It's not. Some people are just tuning in now. What's up? Any actual crypto coins you hold? No, man. I hold the GME coin. I hold the Zin coin. And I dabble with some gambling. Like, I gambled on a couple of GME random coins just in case they come back when GME... Black Cherry! It's the best flavor ever, Big Fargo. Best freaking flavor. Will GME be like Tesla, a real value stock? Yes. Absolutely, guys. This is what's coming. This is, in my opinion, what's coming. Meltup, which is this, Meltup for GME, and then years of prosperity, years of just upward price action. But first, Meltup. Meltup, pullback, everything goes back to normal, and then GME begins a big bull run. Can you do me a solid and throw up the SQ? Yeah, I'm sorry, Julie. It's just that I really don't want to, look at a bunch of different styles for people because that's like exactly what the Discord is for. So if I'm running a service, I don't really want to take away value from them. I just feel like it's not right. But there's still like 4 spots left for a free membership if you want. It's on the description. And you can just DM me anytime during the month. If you don't like it, I'll cancel it for you in a second. I'm very responsive to my DMs. So you're saying MOAS is 4 to 5 years off? That's not what I'm saying. I don't know anything about a MOAS. I've never spoken about a MOAS. I'm saying melt up now. Whenever it starts, probably very soon. Melt up now, pullback, and then a couple of years of very bullish price action is my opinion. Just my opinion. Everything is opinion only. Can you see years of prosperity for Jamie even if the market enters a recession? I think yes. I think it's very possible. Yeah, I do think it's possible. Also, I mean, look, let's see. February. This was only a month. Yeah, I do think it's possible. Lethal, any resources to learn as much TA skills as you? So let me show you something. In the Discord, you got 10-hour-long videos on everything you need to know about our trading system. And that's all free, by the way, in the what's called in the free trial. So if you like the system, if you are looking to learn it, that's going to be a great spot for you to check out, in my opinion. By the way, guys, you see Legacy Trader on here. You should give him a follow on Twitter. He's he gives like scalp trades every day. He's fantastic. I think he is probably the best I've seen with the triggers on a day-to-day basis. Definitely better than me. So I'm gonna put his Twitter up because I do think it's a really good follow. It's right here if you guys want it. Underscore legacy trading, and look at this. So he's showing you guys scalps every day on the market, how to use the triggers to make money, videos, posting positions. This is all in real time, by the way. He's doing this in real time on the Discord. Adds a lot of value to it. Again, taking scalps in real time, showing the thought process. Like here, this is the hourly trigger, and hourly velocity is bullish. You can see right here, this green, it's bullish. So when the price comes down to the hourly trigger, it's a very good bet that that we're gonna have a strong bounce. So like that's a great trade right there. So yeah, I mean, this is a great follow. I highly suggest checking him out. He's small now, but he's gonna be big one day. You can get to say that you followed him when he still had only 100 followers. Damn, this thing isn't gonna run to January then, brother. Where have you been? We're looking for a run like lickety split. We're looking for a run now. We're looking for this. A little bit of a pullback. You'll live. I promise you, you'll live. Are there any examples where there was a bullish monthly, weekly trigger crossover, but the meltup didn't happen? Yes, but not for GME. Yes, but not for GME. So GME only had 2 crossovers. This one, bullish crossover. This one, bullish crossover, and its third bullish crossover. And with shorted stocks, like these things really go once they get the crossover, especially. Can you explain the significance of $41 April calls getting bought up? I have no idea, Sweet Lou. I have no idea. Do you mind quickly summarizing what we missed? Yeah, no problem at all. I believe that GME is getting ready to do something like this. I think that it's either going to do one more pullback to the daily trigger and start the melt up, or a little bit of a pullback, maybe not all the way to the daily trigger, maybe like to 25, 24, or whatever, like to the daily strength, which is this blue shaded region here. Big pop, one more pullback, and then melt up. But either way, it's pullback, melt up, or pullback, big pop, pullback, and melt up. And to know which one it is, just watch Ethereum Classic. If Ethereum Classic makes a new high here and just explodes, Ethereum Classic is slightly ahead of GME right now. That's the way we're looking at it. So this fractal I got from here. I'll just show you guys how well it fits. Look how beautiful that is. Basically a carbon copy. So Ethereum Classic is a leading indicator for GME. So we did a bars pattern from the bottom to the top, and we pressed copy, and we put it here, and we lined it up, and as you can see, it lines up really, really well. Big pop, sideways consolidation, big pop, a little bit of pullback, and then further upside. So this is what's coming here. We're going to 30, guys. We're breaking 30, whether it's this week or next week, we're breaking 30 very soon. How do you change the color of your triggers? Right here, man. But also, be creative with the triggers, man. Use your own colors. Make it personalized to you. And we still have DFV with $250 million of cash as a wallet. Exactly, man. This is the best time alive to be a GameStop holder. Things are about to get really, really, really freaking exciting. Get hyped. It's here. The Meltup's finally here. Get hyped. Everything is falling into place. Everything is falling into place. Every single thing we ever wanted for the Meltup is coming right now. All the confirmation biases, everything is going down. How are there still so many of you here? We finished ages ago. All right. I'm going to close the stream. If you guys want to try out the Discord, there's still 4 more spots. The description is in the link for the free trial. Otherwise, I'll see you all on Twitter. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I really appreciate it. And hopefully my next update will be once we're above 30. Do they need a new business model? I don't know. It'd be great if they, added some sort of additional revenue, obviously, as a narrative for the Meltup. Do you predict pre-market or after hours thing? I think that there's definitely going to be, like, once the Meltup starts, expect a lot of price action to happen in pre-market and after hours. By the way, if you ask me, out of all the GME coins, which one I think will do the best, percentage-wise, I think this is a deep sleeper because Solana guys, they love cats. Like, let me show you something. And also, long way to go to the all-time high. Yeah, 1,000% or so. Look at this. Top cat. This thing is trading at a market cap of $1.85 billion. And it's just a cat that pops. Then look at this, a different cat. $1 billion. It's just a cat in a dog's world. Shark cat. $24 million. So GME cat, once GME takes the throne, I think this has a shot at doing something magical. I threw a gamble on this one. Okay, yeah, I love the GME coin on Sol. I'm just saying for like a small size bet. Just for like a small size bet, like just in case that thing pumps 1,000%, that's why I have some. Just a small size bet. It's nothing serious. It's $100 maybe, if that. But I like having that kind of exposure. How you doing, Amish Cyborg? What's up, man? Good to see you. Guys, what? Oh, you guys are blowing him up. 144 follows now. Good shit, everyone. Yeah, this guy, he's really good. I like him a lot. Jamora. He's also in the Discord, giving trades all day. One of the best in the biz. This is his channel right here. Give stocks that he's watching, and then giving some analysis. This one was actually very, very right. So this is really cool. Yeah, this is just beautiful trading. You can see that bounce right off the 5-minute trigger there. It was a perfect spot to get long VIX. Okay. All right, guys. I'm really out now. I don't know how there are still people here. I love you all. I really appreciate you tuning in. And I'll